press release and some of the key pieces that you need to include in one. Publicity is a great way to do what I call having passive marketing, where you're actually featured in the news media, which gives you instant credibility, and it allows you also to become known among people who may actually have an interest in your product or service. So my colleague Debbie Kickham and I wrote a book a while ago, long time ago, almost a decade ago, as a matter of fact, called Off the Wall Marketing Ideas. But we give you sample press releases in this book that you can use to model after whatever press release you might want to send out on various topics. And there are certain things that need to be included, just briefly. You always want to have a great headline, and ways to come up with ideas for those is to really stay tuned and look into what's happening in the media, what headlines are, both online and offline in newspapers. Does it tie into a trend or piggyback off of something that's currently happening in the environment? You always want to have a press contact. Ideally, it's not yourself, especially if you're being featured in the release. I've even been known to make up names so that I knew if a media contact was calling in, that they were calling about that press release. You also want to have for immediate release up at the top left-hand corner with today's date, or the most current date when you're sending it out. And that lets the media know that this is new information, it's fresh. At the first paragraph, you always want to have the who, what, where, when, and why of what you're talking about or what your pitch is. And at the very end, you also want to conclude with 3 pound signs to let people know, the media know, that the press release is ended. I think it's always also a really good idea to put in quotes that you have that relate and connect back to what the headline and the story that you're trying to pitch is. So just remember, it's a great way to get a third-party endorsement, and if the media thinks that you're credible, then most everybody else does too. And it's also a great way for it to build upon itself. When you see people in the news all the time, part of that is because if they've been written about in one publication, other people are reading and they're picking up on that, and you make a great story and resource potentially. So that's my tip of the day, or the week, Tuesdays with Nancy, and I hope you get out there, start clicking the keyboard and writing that press release. Thanks, bye-bye.